Rolling.
Me.
La la, how now, brown cow.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
What up, homies? Welcome to another On the Chopping Block movie reviews with your hosts, Scott Dorr and Taylor Swift.
Wilson, but thank you. And
Today's review, we're going to be reviewing the latest installment of the Hunger Games series, Mockingjay Part 2.
Remember who the real enemy is?
Yes, Taylor. And who was that?
Well, it was obviously... So, Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 is the fourth part in the trilogy for the Hunger Games, directed by Francis Lawrence. And he directed the last three Hunger Games films. He didn't direct the first one. He started from Catching Fire and did the last two.
Oh, yep.
And he also directed I Am Legend, which I really liked. Really good movie.
Interesting. Good to know. It also stars Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, and the hot Hemsworth, Liam.
Thor's brother, Liam Hemsworth, yep.
My girlfriend's all about that.
Also Woody Harrelson, Donald Sutherland, who's the best bad guy, honestly. Donald Sutherland plays such a decent villain in this.
Elizabeth Banks.
Natalia Dormer, and Brienne of Tarth from Game of Thrones, who's in it for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, like
No
10
wife,
seconds.
And
a waste of her.
It also has Julianne Moore in it, as President Coin, and the late Philip Seymour Hoffman. And this was his last movie he made.
Yes.
Before he passed away, sadly.
The movie starts off with Katniss after she was attacked by Peter
Malak.
Malak.
Who's been brainwashed to thinking that she's a horrible person. Yeah.
And basically, District 13 is at war with the Capitol. It's all on. They're right into it.
So part one was all about the propaganda of war. This one's still kind of about the propaganda, but it's a bit more fighting, a bit more in the dirt.
Yeah, this one they really get into it, and they're basically, their mission is they're going for the Capitol and they're going for Snow.
Yep.
And they're going to try and take him out.
Take this guy out once
and
and for
so
all.
that's pretty much the key mission of the main characters.
Yep. And there's a lot of love triangle drama going on, you know, will they, won't theys. And,
Well, that's what I thought was interesting, was they didn't really go into it that much in this movie. They just kind of avoided it and had one scene where they kind of addressed it until the very end.
I personally enjoyed this movie. I've liked all the Hunger Games films. Catching Fire is still my favourite film. I didn't really like part one, but looking back on it, I kind of enjoy it more now, knowing the propaganda angle. At first I was like, where's the action? But now I kind of can appreciate it. This one went full balls to the wall action, especially in the second half of the movie, and I was just enjoying every minute of it, you know? And the third act, though it did drag on, it did pull a bit of a Return of the King. I actually feel like these kind of sagas need that kind of conclusion, you know, the long endings just to kind of wrap things up and stuff. So I
don't think it wasn't as stretched out as Return of the King, but it did feel it like the several endings. But they did have to sum up a lot. I really enjoyed the seriousness, and they took it quite seriously. The material. They didn't, because if you compare it to probably its main competitor, the Divergent series, it's so much more serious. It plays on real life issues, and it's not so teenager-y. She has to find a boy, and it's not. They sort of drew that back as far as they could, and they made it more about her mission to save the people of Pandora?
Panam.
Panam.
I do like that Katniss isn't the perfect main character. When I saw the first one, I thought, she's badass, she's got a bow and arrow, but the more you watch it, she's not a very good leader. She's kind of like
They expose her flaws a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And so she's not made out to be this Mary Sue, though the people in the world think she is, and that they're building on that. But she's not at all. And I kind of like that angle they go for, you know?
Yeah, they definitely drew it out of her, and that shows in her performance as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Jennifer Lawrence is great in this. Such a good actress. I don't think I've seen a bad movie with her in it, actually.
Nah, she's been pretty ace the whole way through.
Yeah.
Definitely deserving.
All the performances are great in this. Woody Harrelson wasn't in it for long, but I think he always has played a really good role in these movies. You know?
Yeah, Josh Hutcherson, always, from the first film, I wasn't a fan of his, and his earlier work was just like a child actor, and I was like, but he really brought it in this movie. He really pushed his limits and did a good job with it.
Yeah.
And I thought I have to commend him on that.
Yeah, he was kind of a joke.
I believed him in his issues that he was dealing with.
Yeah.
And I really fell for it.
A lot of the drama of the movie was can we trust him, you know?
Yeah.
And I kind of it was really tense during those moments because you're
because you were not sure which way he was going to go.
There's this one action scene and you're not too sure. There's so much going on, and then there's a conflict between the characters while this is happening. This horrible thing's happening, and you're just like, this is the worst time for this to happen, and I kind of was like, shit in my seat, like shaking, just like, how's this going to get resolved? And yeah, that Hunger Games has lots of moments like that for all the movies, you're just like on the edge of your seat constantly.
Yeah, the tension in this was so good as well, particularly in that one scene, the real creepy scene in the middle.
There's one scene that people have been talking about. I mean, should we say what the name of the scene is called and give it away? It's in the trailer.
I'll say it's reminiscent of Alien.
Yeah.
With you knew it was coming, and the way they did the sound was they kind of teased it, and they knew exactly when to cut it, and then just like when to drop the music out, and have it sit there silently and just hovering, and then
like it was.
I thought sound design in that
the
was
jump scare part. I was
so
like,
good.
I know it's coming, but still the reveal. I just like
it wasn't quite when you're like here it comes, and then it didn't happen, and then suddenly it does happen, and you're like
And that scene, you're just like, oh fuck, oh they're winning, oh shit, and like goes to shit so quick, and just like, it's like just all fucked, That's great. Another thing about the series, like everything's so fucked. It's not happy. Everything's depressing and horrible, and like.
Yeah, it definitely was more of a war movie than a teen drama. Like, it felt like they were at war and you were in like the set of Saving Private Ryan, basically. Like, it just real visceral, you felt like they were in danger the whole time. It was sad the whole time. There's no humor in this movie, actually. Nothing funny happens. And I suppose if you're a fan of like the trilogy so far, you'd be like expecting a bit more humor and kind of like. It kind of lightened, like some comic relief of some sort, but it didn't have any, which I kind of liked, but I can see why people would like hate on it. And some people thought it was slow, but I thought it was tense, slow for a reason, because they were waiting and it made them seem hungrier and more desperate to get to where they were going. And so it was just scene after scene of talking, but it was just a slow progression to get into where they needed to be.
My main complaint is, since the first movie when Woody Harrelson showed up, I was like, oh my god, this guy won the Hunger Games. He's a total badass, and he's alcoholic, and I was like, I can't wait for his scene of his scene showing how badass he was. Second movie, it's like, okay, all the former contestants have to come in and play the Hunger Games. I was like, sweet as, Woody Harrelson's gonna fucking kick ass. He didn't get to play. Third film, war, no, nothing. And this one, they had a special squad go out, and I was like, here comes Woody Harrelson. Nah, we never get to see him fight. This guy won the Hunger Games. I want to see him have a scene where he kicks some ass, he just sat there and talked the whole time.
That never occurred to me, but now that you mention it, I do feel disappointed I didn't get to see any Woody Harrelson ass kicking.
The squad showed up. There's a squad shows up to help Katniss, and I was waiting for the reveal that Woody Harrelson was there, and he never shows up, and I was like, come on, this guy, it's Woody Harrelson.
I just thought of another negative was the Tiger Lady character.
That's right.
There's just this line. It's just,
thank you, Tigress.
Thank you, Tigress. I was
like,
that was weird and out of place.
That was another thing. I was like, do I need to read the book? Like, who are you? Like, she acted like she knew her, and I was like, I don't remember.
I think she was in like the earlier movies, because she did say, oh, you're a friend of Lenny Kravitz. People who read the book said it's a really good adaptation of the book.
That's good. Okay, cool.
Overall, I thought it was a really great film.
Yeah.
Really good. A lot of other reviewers I've seen thought it was boring. So it's quite long and slow, but in a good way, I thought. So for younger people, probably won't enjoy it as much, but people who like movies for the sake of well-made movies, I think will really like it.
Yeah, in conclusion, I thought like it was a good conclusion to the story. Yeah, it was great action, great cinematography, like the sound design, and particularly in that scene we talked about was really good.
Yeah.
Acting was good. Yeah, overall, I thought it was really good packaged, and yeah, I got enjoyment out of it. Or like my only negative really was just like Woody Harrelson didn't show up, and I was really bummed about Philip Seymour Hoffman, but there's nothing we can really do about that.
Yeah.
It was just a shame to see his character kind of vanish.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really liked it as well. I thought it was an enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
So what's your rating?
I will give this movie, I'm going to go quite high on it, and give it an 8 out of 10.
Nice. Very good. I'm going to go for a 7.5, because that's the generic.
I thought about
movie.
a 7.5.
It's kind of in between,
give it more credit.
Yeah, it's still...
If you compare it to other teen movies like the Maze Runner and
the one we do not speak of.
If you want an empowering female film, this is the one, not those other ones, because it's not about boys. It's about a girl and her sister and her family and trying to save the world. Yeah. So, and she's badass as shit.
Sweet.
And also, if you are wanting to get into the Hunger Games series and you start with the first one, you're like, this is like Battle Royale, Tom. then don't worry. After you get past the first one, the rest are pretty good, and
Stick
it
with
progressively gets better.
Because the second one's so good.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe below. We'll have another review up soon. Maybe Green Inferno, unless that comes before this.
Yeah, sweet. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yep.
Cool.
And
Check us out on the Twitter.
Facebook.
I haven't got a Twitter yet.
Facebook.
I haven't made one, but it's going to be here. This is my Twitter right here. And it's my Twitter. And yep, that's the end. Thanks for watching our review.